Before we begin with the next project, answer these questions. What are pulleys? Give some examples of it. A pulley is a wheel with a groove along its edge that holds a rope or cable. When pulleys are used together in this way, they reduce the amount of force needed to lift a load. Example: crane, window blinds, well with pulley, etc. Let's move to the next project. Now answer these questions. What is friction? A friction is a force that occurs when one surface rubs against another surface. This force against in the direction opposite to motion. This means that more the friction, the harder is it to move. When a vehicle with wheels move on a road, the friction between the wheels and the road is much lesser than the friction between the vehicle and the road if there were no wheels. For example, friction holds your shoe to the ground or grip of your pencil creates friction. My next question is, how does a wheel and axle provide an advantage? In wheel and axle, wheel is attached to an axle such that then the wheel turns. The axle also turns and vice versa. Thus, a force is being transferred from one to the another. So, if the effort is applied, the axle, speed and distance are multiplied. If the effort is applied at the wheel, force is magnified. What are some examples of wheel and axle that you see in real life? Answer is bicycle, windmill, roller skates and automobiles. Now watch the video on building model of cart and cart launcher. Here I am launching Creya application. Grade 5. Module Simple Machines Part 2. Project 2 Cart and Cart Launcher. First of all, there is a list of materials that we will require to make the model. Number 1 material is mounting plate. We need one mounting plate. Next material is tire 45. We need 4 tires. Next is mounting plate 15 by 60. This is mounting plate. We need one mounting plate. Next material is clip axial. So this is clip axial. We need two clip axials. Next is building block 5. This is building block 5. We need 8 building blocks. Next material is hub nut. Here is hub nut. We need 4 hub nuts. Next material is building block 30. This is building block 30. We need 16 building blocks. Next material is building block 15 with 2 pins. We have two different types of building block 15s. This is with 2 pins. Next is O-ring. O-ring. It could be any string, any rubber. So I have taken this rubber band. Next is angular block. We need 2 angular blocks. This is angular block. Next material is flat hub collet. We need 4. Next is building plate. This is building plate with 3 grooves. Next is link 15. This is a link which used to connect 2 materials as the name suggested. Next is base plate. Next is building block 15 with bore. This is also a building block 15 but with bore. Next is spacer ring, very small material. This is spacer ring. Next is clip axial 30. Next is building block 7.5. This is building block. Next is clip. This is clip. Next and the last material is clip axial 60. We need 2 clip axials. Now let's move to the steps. What we are going to build today? Cart and cart launcher. In this project you will be introduced to the concept of wheel and axle. You will build a model of cart and cart launcher. So our first step is to build the cart. Attach 2 building block 30s together. Make 2 sets of these. We have to attach 2 building blocks like this. Taking building blocks 30, attaching them just like shown in the picture. Next step is join the 2 sets with the help of 2 link 15s. So here are 2 sets of building blocks. I am attaching it with the help of the link. As I told you, link is always used to connect 2 materials. So it's done. Moving to the next step. Add 4 building block 15 with board to the 2 beams. Make sure the boards are aligned. Create 2 of these cards and set one aside. Now we will take building block 15 with boards. Here I am attaching the building blocks. And taking care of its alignment. It should be correct just like shown in the picture. Next step is select one of the cards, insert a clip axial 60 or clip axial 75 into the building block 15 with bore at both the ends. Slide a spacer ring onto each of the clip axial 60s. Just like shown in the picture, I am going to attach insert clip axial into the building block 15 with bore. So this clip axial will work as an axial only, and now I am attaching spacer ring to it. I am sliding spacer ring onto each of the clip axials. Next step is add flat hub collets on all 4 ends of the cart. Just like shown in the picture, I am going to attach flat hub collets. These are flat hub collets. This will complete the tire part. Next step is add tire 45s to all flat hub collets and lock them into place with hub nuts. So here are the tires that I am adding to all flat hub collets and will lock with the help of the hub nuts. You can lock it easily. As you can see, these are movable. These are movable. Yes, so our cart is ready. Next step is try rolling the wheel cart and sled across the floor If your wheel car does not roll freely, be sure the tires are not rubbing against the sides of the cart. Adjust if necessary. Does the cart travel farther with or without wheels? So you have to observe that which cart is traveling farther, with wheels or without wheels. So quickly I am making a sled without wheels. Completing it by adding building block 15 with bolts. So it's done. Both the carts are ready, with wheels and without wheels. Now observe how they are traveling and which one is going farther, this cart with wheels or cart without wheels. As you can see, this can roll freely. Now moving to the next step, stop and start new build. Start building the cart launcher by placing a base plate on a table. Fix 4 building block 5 beneath the plate under each corner. Place 2 building block 15 with 2 pins in the first slot of the base plate. Mount building block 7.5s on each of the building block 15 with 2 pins. Now we will make cart launcher. This is a base plate. Here is a base plate. Here I am launching building block 5 beneath the plate under each of the corner. Placing building block 15 with 2 pins in the first slot of the base plate, just like shown in the picture. Now mounting building blocks 7.5 on each of the building block 15 with 2 pins. Next step is place a mounting plate 15 by 45 over the 2 building block 7.5s. Now we have to place a mounting plate over the 2 building block 7.5s. This is mounting plate that I am placing. Next step is insert 2 building block 5s into the 4th slots of the base plate. So now I am inserting building block 5 into the fourth slot of the base plate. We have to take care of the orientation of the material. Next step is insert angular block 10 by 15 into 15 into each of the building block 5. Be sure the slots of the angular block face to the right. So this is angular block that I have to insert. And making sure that it faces to the right. Next step is, with the help of two clips, attach a clip axial 30 to each of the angular block as shown in the picture. To fix the clip axial, we need to attach the clips. These are the clips that I am attaching. Here I am attaching the clips. With the help of that, I can easily connect the clip axial. See. Next step is construct two beams by attaching two building block 30s. Connect these two beams with two building block 15 with bore. Slide this beam onto the two clip axial from the above step as shown in the picture. So this is building block 15 with bore. That I have connected. Next step is stop and start new build. To create the plunger, attach 4 building block 30s horizontally. Add a building block 15 with bore at one of the ends. Note the alignment of the bore. You have to see the alignment. As you can see in the picture, this is a plunger which will help to launch the cart. So I am attaching 4 building blocks horizontally like this. Now adding building block 15 with bore at one of the ends. Here I can attach easily. Okay, so it's done. Next step is fit a building block 7.5 onto the far end of the plunger. Insert a belt through the hole of the building block 15 with bore located at the near end of the plunger assembly. Finish the plunger by connecting a building plate with 3 grooves to the building block 15 with bore. So here I am attaching building block 7.5 at the far end of the plunger. And now I am inserting a belt through the hole of the building block 15 with bore. So I have inserted the belt and connecting a building plate with 3 grooves. Next step is slide the plunger between the 2 columns on the base plate. Finish the cart launcher by attaching 2 building block 5s on the frontmost portion of the base plate. Fix a mounting plate over the 2 building block 5. This prevents the beam assembly from being pulled back too far. As you can see, the plunger is slided between the 2 columns on the base plate. Here also I am going to slide the plunger between the 2 columns on the base plate, just like this. And here I am connecting building block 30s just like shown in the picture. This is little bit tight. Okay, moving to the next step. Carefully remove the top assembly and then add 2 ends of the belt to the clip axial 30s on each side of the model. Reattach the top assembly. So I am carefully removing the top assembly and then adding 2 ends of the belt to the clip axial 30s on each side of the model. Reattaching the top assembly. See how it is working. Last step is, while holding down the cart launcher, draw back the plunger until it touches the mounting plate. Have someone place the cart flush against the launcher and let the plunger go. The plunger should snap forward and push the cart Practice launching the cart several times. So here I am launching the cart with wheels. And pushing the cart with the help of the launcher. As you can see, it is rolling very smoothly on the table. Now moving to the journal question and answers. First question is, which version of the cart will roll farther? Thus you have to write in your own words that which cart will roll farther. Cart with wheels or cart without wheels on the plain surface. I know this you can write in your own words. See how smoothly it is going on the plain surface. This is a sledge, or you can say cart without wheels. It is not moving very smoothly on the plain surface, as well as it is not covering the large distance. Question number 2 is, on a smooth surface, launch the wheel cart and sled 3 times using the cart launcher. Measure and record the distances with a ruler or tape. So here I am taking a ruler to measure the distances covered by both of them. First of all, I will take cart with wheels. Here I am launching it. Oops, I have to reattach it again. So now I will measure the distance. A ruler has 15 centimeters in total. So 15 and 4 centimeters more. Total is 19 centimeter. In the first trial for the wheeled cart, it is 19 centimeter. Going for the second trial of the wheeled cart, okay, so now measuring the distance, 15 centimeter and one more, that is 16 centimeter for the second trial. Last for the third trial is again 15 centimeter whole scale, then 2 more, that is 17 centimeter. Now it's turn for the sledge. Let's see how much distance it will cover. Going for the first trial, launching it again. So here I am measuring the distance covered by this. This is 12 centimeter for the first trial. Next trial is trial 2. Very near. It is around 8 centimeters. Now giving third trial. So here it is 10 centimeters. So here is observation for all the 3 trials. Now moving to the question number 3. Draw a bar graph recording the results of your 3 trials with the wheeled cart and sleds. The axis may be the trials and the distance travelled. Okay, so here I am drawing a bar graph. This is one vertical line. Then this is horizontal line. This horizontal line is called as x-axis, and this one is called as y-axis. Starts with 0. So this x-axis will be the trials. I'm writing it here because of this space. And this y-axis will be the distance travelled by both of the cards. Distance travelled. So how many trials were there? Yes, 3 trials were there. So I will write 1, 2 and 3. So it will start with the 0. When we look at the observations, so observation has 2 or 3 numbers difference. So I'm going to write here table of 3. Which has 3 numbers difference in between. You can write numbers according to you. So I've written till 21. So these are the numbers. First trial for the wheel cart is 19 centimeter. So I'm going to draw a bar for 19 centimeter. Here I'm giving codes to the wheeled cart and the sled so that we can identify easily that which bar is for the wheeled cart and which bar is for the sledge. You can call it sled or you can call it sledge, but in the same thing. First trial for the wheeled cart is 19. So here is 19. I am marking a point here. Here, using rulers, drawing bar. Okay, so I will give code to the wheel cart so that we can identify it easily. Now trial 1 for the sled is 12 centimeter. Here is 12. I am marking the point here, making bar, giving code to it, by putting the dots. Now moving to the second trial for the wheeled cart, that is 16 centimeter. So here is 16 centimeter. Again marking the point here. By using the ruler, I am going to make a bar for the wheeled cart. Giving codes to it. Second trial for the sled is 8 centimeter. Here is 8 near 9. Marking the point, making bar for the sledge. Putting dots to give the code. Now for the last trial, that is trial number 3, wheeled cart 17 centimeter. So here is 17 near 18, between 15 and 18. And for the sledge, it is 10 centimeter. Marking the point, making the bar, putting dots over the bar. Now our bar graph is complete and you can see how much distance has been traveled by the wheeled cart and the sledge. This way you have to draw in your logbook.